Hello and welcome guys to another episode of Discourse featuring me, DJ Tomiwa. This is the series where we discuss all things DJing and music. And you may have noticed today I'm wearing my DJ Tomiwa top, and that's because I'm going to be discussing my journey to becoming DJ Tomiwa, going from Tomiwa to DJ Tomiwa. So basically how I got into DJing, and I'm hoping you guys will find this really interesting and possibly draw some inspiration from it. So for those who don't know, I grew up in Southeast London. I was always quite an introverted kid, a bit socially awkward. To be honest, I never saw myself becoming a DJ. I remember as a kid always thinking that DJs were, particularly extroverted, outgoing people, the life of the party, and I never saw myself as that sort of person. When I was very young, of course, my parents would take me to parties, and yes, some of you may know that my dad was a DJ, and that meant that we always had music playing in the house, but I didn't pay too much attention to it, to be honest. But for sure, going to these parties and being exposed to music did influence me subconsciously. So my dad had all the equipment in the house, but I never really thought about using it. In fact, as I was getting older, getting towards sixth form now, this is the age when obviously as a teenager you start having your own parties, people doing their 17th and 18th birthdays. But for my school, none of us had any DJs, so often what would happen is someone will bring their iPod and they'll be the ones controlling the music. And it wasn't like my DJ senses were tingling or anything like that. I would listen, I would take into account what people would like, but I was never the first one to jump on and start playing music. Little did I know that I was actually starting to learn exactly what a party was like and the different stages of a party and the type of music that you play at different parts. But I didn't think too much of it. My very first taste of DJing, where I was actually the DJ, was actually for my ex-girlfriend's birthday party. And at the time, I remember just wanting her to have a party to celebrate. But looking back, I was confident enough to say, do you know what? I'm going to DJ for the party. We're just going to do it in the house. Nothing complicated, nothing expensive. We've got speakers. All I'm going to do is play the songs that we all like and it should be okay. And I distinctly remember this was the first time that I downloaded Virtual DJ. I think I got like a cracked version or something. Don't tell anyone that. I pay for it now, okay? I started downloading songs off of YouTube and stuff, and put together playlists of the most popular songs at the time. I just thought, yeah, let me just play these songs. I didn't think about mixing them or anything like that. And in the end, it actually went okay. Not knowing how to mix, it was very, very awkward, but people still enjoyed themselves. And yeah, it was very nerve-wracking. I remember that. Now, fast forward a year or two, not only had I graduated, but I didn't have a job. I also had broken up with my ex-girlfriend, which was particularly heartbreaking, and we've been together almost 3 years and it ended really badly. I was super depressed at the time, to be honest with you guys. I was just looking for something to do with my time. I had a lot of spare time on my hands. I wasn't working. I was just doing job applications. So my dad's DJ equipment was there, and I thought, let me teach myself to use it. Now I should jump back here about a month. This was around May or June time, but I remember in April that year was when one of my older cousins got married. Now this was a big deal for our family because though some of my cousins have been married in Nigeria, this was the first time that one of my cousins in the UK was getting married. So all of the family got together. We were all super excited for the wedding, and I distinctly remember the DJ for that wedding was atrocious, guys. I can't put it any other way. I don't know who he was, I don't know where he came from, but I remember him playing some old Nigerian songs like King Sunny Ade, and then he'll switch to some new stuff that nobody knows, and he'll switch genre on next song, then he'll come back to Fuji or something, and basically it was just an utter mess. I distinctly remember feeling so bad for my cousin because she ended up dancing all night on the dance floor by herself with her husband, but no one else came to join her because all of the guests were too uncomfortable to come and join her on the dance floor. And the worst part of that was actually that the DJ walked away with £300 that day, and I just felt like that's unacceptable because I knew I could do better. So I did have a bit of motivation just to learn to DJ just for my family and friends. And obviously I had my dad's DJ equipment at the time, and I just basically taught myself to use it with my laptop. Just to emphasize, my dad's speakers were some old speakers even at that time that he'd been using for years. Nothing special, but they got the job done. But at that time I really wasn't trying to invest in DJing, go and spend hundreds of pounds on speakers when I wasn't going to get a return. So I was really happy to use my dad's speakers for free. So going back to my heartbroken self, essentially what this meant was I had an excuse to put together a mixtape full of heartbreak songs, okay? So I was really passionate about hip hop back then, and I had a lot of hip hop songs that I loved, which were actually breakup songs, and it really helped me that time. So I remember putting together this mixtape, and honestly guys, it was so sad, and I mean sad as a double entendre. Like, it's like sad in that, like, what a loser in it, and also sad in that this is actually kind of depressing, because all sorts of songs such as Lauryn Hill, I Used to Love Him, Common, I Used to Love Her, You Don't Know What You Got Till It's Gone by obviously Janet Jackson and Q-Tip. I'm making this point just to emphasize that actually it was heartbreak that got me into DJing, and actually out of something that was really sad and miserable, definitely my lowest point in life today, came actually one of my greatest gifts. Moving on from here, then we had our graduation parties that took place in July that year, and one of my friends is doing her graduation party, and I remember basically asking her to let me DJ for her graduation party. I remember doing the event and just, you know, just mixing Afro beats, and I remember distinctly afterwards her dad came and said to me, and her dad was a big deal in Ghana. Apparently he owned some radio stations or something like that, and I distinctly remember him pulling me aside and saying to me, that is some of the best DJing that I've ever heard in my life. Like, he was really giving me major props, and I was shocked at the time because I was thinking, oh, this is my first time you know what I mean, DJing in front of other people really. So I was super shocked, but I was really confident and happy. I also distinctly remember another gig DJing for my friend Dapo, and actually I got his 18th birthday party booking through my now wife, who was just a friend at the time. And I remember distinctly again just begging him, please let me DJ for your birthday, I'll do it for free. And he was kind enough to let me do it, and again it went really, really well. I remember everyone had a great time, still with my dad's raggedy speakers and my laptop and my dad's mixer, by the way. And these compliments I was getting, I was so confused because I was thinking to myself, you know, I'm just learning this, I'm literally just started, all I can do is just do simple mixes really. But it was actually the compliments of my friends that really, really stuck with me, because when your friends tell you that you're good, like, your friends can be the first people that kind of, if they don't support you, then you're like, well, no one's going to listen, innit? It's that simple, right? If my friends don't feel me and they know me, they like me, then the people that don't like me are never going to book me. To this day, really, that's given me a confidence that I can't really describe, but it just lets me know that, yeah, I'm good at this thing. So that's how I went for a few years, from 2012-13 up until 2015 now, where my same friend that I did her graduation was now getting married. And by this stage, I've been doing lots of gigs with my dad's old speakers, just for like 50, 100 pounds. I wasn't getting gigs like all the time or anything like that, but I was gaining experience with every gig, no doubt. I still didn't really believe that I could really make it as a DJ and start charging much more than that. So I didn't market myself as DJ Tomiwa. I still saw myself as just a guy that could DJ. But my friend's wedding definitely forced me to invest in proper speakers. I didn't get anything special, just a pair of altos, tops and a sub, and also a professional controller, which is what I still have today, my Numark NV, because I knew that it was a wedding now and I had to come with a certain level of professional equipment. I couldn't come with my dad's old speakers. So yeah, that wedding went quite well as well, and it wasn't until March 2016 where I got my first paid wedding. And the story is somewhat crazy. So I was DJing for my cousin Anu's 25th birthday, and this was just at a restaurant, right? And I remember distinctly that she wanted like 80s and 90s tunes, so I was playing some old school tunes like that. My other cousins were there as well, and I was talking to them, and at one point they distracted me from my DJing, so I didn't get to queue up the next song in good time. So I just repeated the previous song again, not thinking that anyone would notice because people were just sitting down and eating. The rest of the night went really well, but it wasn't until I got an inquiry to do a wedding in March, and I remember sitting down to do the consultation with the couple, and the groom said, I really, really love Michael Jackson, Rock With You. Like, when you played that at your cousin's birthday, I really loved that song. And then it dawned on me, I was like, hold on, that's the song that I played twice by accident. So can you imagine, like, it just happened that I played that song twice, and that's what got me a wedding booking. So yeah, that was my very first paid wedding booking. Went very well. I did that alongside my guy MC Folly Fresh. That was a Nigerian and Ghanaian wedding, and that gave me a lot of confidence with the hundreds of people that were there that I could actually do it. Like, everyone danced, they had fun, and since then I've just continued to invest in and hone my craft. I've obviously bought some better equipment, I've put out mixes, I've done international bookings, I'm getting booked about once a week, and I'm putting forward the brand, obviously just like this hoodie as well. And I've really developed my confidence as a DJ, of course, and now I do embrace the title of being DJ Tomiwa. If I was to attribute anything to my success so far, and if I was to say there's one thing that I want you guys to learn from this, it's definitely consistency. I'm a strong believer that even if you grow by 1% every day, it's better than nothing. Any progression is better than none, and if you keep going, you will reap the rewards. Another major lesson that I learned is actually to see the benefits of my situation rather than disadvantages. So the fact that I'm an introvert and not an extrovert, like I was thinking that I had to be, what's generally said is that introverts are more observant, which means I actually look at people and observe them more in terms of how they respond to music, which gives me a special ability that some extrovert DJs might not have necessarily. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that introvert DJs are better than extroverts or anything like that. I'm just saying that I'm looking at my strengths and not looking at my weaknesses instead. But yeah, to this day, I really appreciate every single person that books me, or any single person that likes my post or listens to a mix or watches a video or whatever you do to support me. Every single bit of support that I get, I really appreciate, because I never thought I'd make it. And as a result, I do my very best to treat every booking I get, every inquiry, with due care and gratitude. So what's ahead for DJ Tomiwa? Honestly, at this stage, it's developing discourse, putting out these videos, continue to do mixes, and continue to get better and bigger bookings. And when I'm gonna stop, I don't really know, you know. At the end of the day, I feel like I'm doing this service because people enjoy it and because of the feedback I've got. So maybe when I stop getting good feedback, maybe when people get sick of me, then I'll stop. I don't know. So yeah, that's it, guys. What did you think of my story? What did you think of the becoming of DJ Tomiwa? Were you surprised? Did you find something particularly interesting? And if you're a DJ, I'd love to hear your story too. How did you get into DJing? Is it as weird as mine? Did you have confidence issues? Do you still have confidence issues today? And if you're not a DJ, I'd really love to hear about if you find this inspirational regardless. Also, let me know if you would like me to do a video in terms of tips of getting into DJing, some of the actual technical aspects of getting into DJing as well. But yeah, guys, that's me done for now. Don't forget to like and subscribe, ring the notification bell. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks and peace.